Rough. Hi, it's
Hi, Melissa.
We don't need.
Peter,
Oh, man. All right.
and this is our podcast. So
Yeah.
buckle up because it's time for us to stop being nice and for us to start getting real.
Oh. Oh, it's so good.
Thanks.
Melissa and Peterman. Melissa and Peterman.
You two could live in a house for a month with cameras.
No.
Well, are they rolling?
No.
Well, I think
Just
they're
like an
handheld.
old museum of cameras.
I mean, if there was just cameras set up, great. But if they're actually filming, that could be a problem.
I don't know how I would do. I am, Melissa's so good at being like a personality and being yourself. While I feel like if the camera were just on me and I wasn't playing a role, I don't know. I'd either be really boring or I get into trouble.
Elvis.
Belvis.
Try
Belvis Lane Cartwright Jr.
Try to time it.
Here.
Try to time it when he's done, right? So we don't edit out his last word.
Okay. Oh, Belvis, come here. Come here. Oh God.
How would you do, Chris? Dr. Chris Voth?
Oh, I would
Like,
do
what if it
terribly.
was a Big Brother situation?
No,
How would you do?
I'd be out immediately. I just go, just let me go.
Do you guys watch Traders?
Yes.
You do.
I would do that.
I think I would love to do that, although I have played Mafia and I've done like a simulation of Traders that is condensed into 1 hour, and it is really challenging. I find lying like that to be over like a long period of time. Like they're in there for like 2 months. It's really hard.
Well,
it's very emotional. Very emotional.
Well, maybe that's why I can't do it either, because the emotion. Back when I first did Last Comic Standing, they used to have them in the house, and I remember thinking that's the worst scenario for me would be to have to be around people. One, to have to live with other people, so that starts there, and then the second part of having to be recorded at all times, and not because the part where I'd have to be recorded would be terrible, but also watching other people perform in front of a camera trying to be normal would infuriate me.
Ooh, yeah. It would have to be. I would be okay with like a competition show if it was like Amazing Race, or I had a very clear objective to do in every episode. But if it was just like be natural,
Mm-hmm.
No.
I think it would be really hard to be. I need my alone time. It'd be like I could have fun all day and be like, but now I just need to like lay on my bed and not talk to anybody for a minute, and that would
Could
be
you be
really
a housewife?
Oh God, no. God,
No, just in general. That was not about performance. Just could you be one?
I know I couldn't. Like the 2 times I've run into like I've I've gotten very close to like housewives is like you can see me opening a newspaper in one scene that I'm actually on a plane with them. And then the other one was Heather Dubrow was shooting that Hot in Cleveland episode that they talked about on the show. And we're friends. I mean, we know each other. We work together. She's always been a delight. And she came over to say hi in the makeup room, and I didn't sign the papers. I mean, it was a fun interaction, but I just didn't want to be on it, I guess. And I felt bad because I don't think she cared that much. She's always been very cool about it. But I did feel bad because I don't know, I just didn't want to be on it. And then the other one was I was legitimately on a plane, and they were not supposed to be filming, but then a fight kind of broke out. So the producer started filming. You can just see like there's like a New York Times that opens, and you can Stevie in the back because I didn't want to be
Is that why
on it.
you didn't want to be on it? Is it because like you have no control over what the edit looks like and
No, it's not that because I mean, people always say
You're
you can't control
morally
the edit,
against
but they
it.
can't.
You're ethically
They
against
can't know
it.
that. No, are you
no,
kidding me? I
we
love
love
every
it. We
franchise. I
watch
watch them
it all the
all.
time.
No,
Yeah.
I know. I know.
I'm obsessed. I just think that I don't think uh I don't think I'm rich enough. I don't think I have enough of the my house to be like, what? Like, there's dog hair. It's small. Like I just also I don't want to create drama where there isn't. If it could just be like a
Right.
fun girls trip or I'm just too old. I'm like, are we really gonna fight in our like 50s about this kind of stuff?
What
Yeah.
about
I
what
But
about
that
being on what about being on camera talking for an hour with a couple friends? Could you do that?
absolutely
yeah.
with
I
the
don't
right
think I could do
lighting.
that.
With the
But a
Um,
competition show like Survivor or like Amazing Race, I think that would be really, really, I think that
yeah.
would be a fun
Yeah.
challenge.
Amazing Race would be amazing. Something like that where there are like challenges all the time. Great, wonderful. But if it's just like representing yourself in a reality setting, I don't think I would do any good or be interesting. Although I'll tell you this, a friend of mine just said that they were approached to be um, on a reality show, and it, it is a lot more scripted than you would imagine.
No,
And they kind of build out all of the. We can't use this anyway because she's gone.
I'm
Well,
listening.
no, you're listening, but we're also hearing you say no to your dog, and it's squirming.
All right,
This is her first
go.
So there's some
podcast.
weird sound effects in the back of. Uh, yeah.
Anyway,
So the scripted part is we don't need to. But even when I did Last Comic Standing, which I've brought up now a couple times, but the one of the rules they do, I was on and
Wait, Chris,
off
when
the
was that
show.
though? What show was this?
Oh, thanks for asking. It was on Last Comic Standing, and I was, and I was on there 3 times and kicked off all 3 times within the first episode. So it was wonderful, really was. But
ahead of your time, I think.
yeah, but the first time I did it was we went to New York, and there were 40 of us at the time. And now after that or around that time, I read the whole playbook of what they try to do. So they put you in a room first, and they leave you in there for a long time till everyone's irritated, and they don't let you eat, and they want to
Mm.
see how you interact with each other once people get tired of waiting and tired of doing nothing, and they're just watching you. So they put you in a
That's what
room
they
for a
do on The
while.
Bachelor too.
Yeah,
Is
so
that they make
it's
the
like a
girls
playbook they use
wait?
for all of
Yeah,
reality shows.
and but in their case, they give them no food, but as much champagne as possible.
They were
Which
not doing that with the comics.
boo.
I would think there was some Snapple at the time going around, but that's about it.
I
And
love.
then
Do you guys
and
remember?
then there
Oh,
is
sorry.
the roles. The same roles applied even for Last Comic Standing, which is the show I was on. And they had each of the roles that you would expect of like if you were playing a part. And
Like the villain, the hero,
yeah,
the flirt, the this, the that.
yep.
Mm.
Anyway,
Very, very. I mean, I felt like they always did that. Like, I'm glad that we're kind of out of that. I hope we're out of that. But even in like sketch comedy, it was like you need the girl that's funny because she looks different, and then you need the hot girl, and then you need the big guy, and then you need the tall skinny guy, and then you need like the nerdy guy, and like it's always was like this weird thing where they thought that everyone had to fit into some sort of Breakfast Club trope. That
Yeah, yeah.
everyone fit in, and you know,
all right. Here is what I was thinking, even though I told you something different. Was I'd love to hear about Peter's trip.
oh, good. I'm dying to hear about it because Peter, I, I had no idea. What are you doing in Vietnam? I talked to Chelsea and she's like, what is he doing? I'm like, I don't know. He's either on a
Serving
party
his
planning
country.
event
He's serving his
or
country.
serving his country or some oligarch invited him to a yacht party. I have no idea.
So
You went.
I
You
I had the week off, and I have two friends of mine, and we have committed to seeing all the wonders of the world. And we've been to Machu Picchu last year. We went to the pyramids of Giza the year before, and we are going, and then we decided to go to Vietnam and Cambodia. We wanted to see Angkor Wat, right? And
Okay.
um, and we decided, well, while we're there, we'll go to Vietnam, and then we'll do a layover in Singapore. And I have 1 week off of shooting the soap opera, so I have to cram it all into this 1 week. And so we had a very ambitious itinerary, and it was incredible. The one snafu was, as I was getting onto the plane, there was a problem with my visa. I had, my cell phone out and the board for my boarding pass, and I put my phone down. I get my visa out. There's some issues with it. They go back and forth. Finally, they clear the visa to get into Vietnam. I get onto Singapore Airlines, and I sit down. And as we pull away from the gate, I realize I don't have my phone. And so I went to Asia without a phone, and I thought it was going to be a big problem. But luckily, the people that I travel with were all like a hyper type A, and the entire trip was heavily itinerarized, right? Um,
Well,
so
whoever got that, I
besides,
left some very, very intense messages on that phone.
oh, good. Where the hell are you?
I'm
Yeah,
in Utah. What are you doing?
So, one of the best parts, I mean, that was one of the worst parts, and rather the most expensive part, but also one of the best parts of that trip, because I didn't have a phone. I wasn't checking in regularly. I was fully like, just locked into exactly where I was. I was in the moment. I wasn't distracted. And when I went to Verizon today to get a new phone, I was like, do I really need this piece of equipment controlling my life? And turns out I do. Like,
Wow.
we do. I need
Well,
it. But
now that you've
obviously,
mentioned the brand, of course you do. So that
thank you,
you
Verizon.
got it for
Yeah.
Verizon. Is that what you're saying? Verizon?
Mhm. But it was incredible. Um, we started in Hanoi in Vietnam, and it is it's a wild city. It's so beautiful. And we were like taking a lot of fun risks, like getting onto the back of people's scooters, and it's like just seas of fish. Very few cars, thousands and thousands and thousands of scooters, and they just move around like this. And everyone is incredible at driving, and I didn't see any accidents, but there's really no like lights and waiting. It's just like, okay, my turn, your turn, my turn, and they all just move beautifully together. And then we went on a riverboat cruise through a Halong Bay, and then we went to Cambodia and saw like 10 different gorgeous temples. And I tried to explain to them, our guide, like, you realize that the 90s were defined by this aesthetic. Like, everything in the 90s when I was growing up was Temple Run and Lara Croft and Legends of the Hidden Temple, and it all looked like Angkor Wat. And now, I mean, we don't have that anymore, but it was weird that for that period of time everything was that aesthetic that is like Southeast Asia. um and he said, I have no idea what you're talking about, because he hadn't heard or seen any of those things. That was a fun part too, because we, I asked my tour guide, have you guys seen White Lotus? And he goes, no, no idea. And it was nice to be reminded that like there's a whole world outside of, Hollywood and the limited things that are the most important thing in our zeitgeist have no bearing whatsoever on a vast portion of the world. It just reminds you how small you are, and that's kind of lovely.
When do I say that I don't have no idea what you're talking about either? I know that there is a show White Lotus, but I've of course have never seen it.
See, that's great. That's great.
Is it? I mean, I think so, but
Yeah.
I know Melissa thinks otherwise. She has a list of things
I
I need to see and I have not seen.
Well, first of all, I think that you all should watch Bob Trevino Likes It, which I have said to
What is that?
everyone to go see. Bob Trevino Likes It. It's Rachel Bay Jones.
Oh yeah, you
And
told me. I have to see that. I
and
love that.
I even Marsha, I told them to watch it, and I my favorite thing is I got the voicemail from them of Melissa. We just finished, but it's one of those. It breaks your
Oh,
heart, but it also like puts it back together again. Like it's a beautiful, like sweet, like makes you give you bawl, but you have hope and a little bit of like humanity. And Anyway, Rachel May Jones, though, invited us to dinner tonight, Peter, but I said, "We've
Oh,
got business to do
oh yeah,
instead."
we've got
Oh,
work. We're
okay.
working
Oh,
tonight.
yeah, yeah. And it's just crazy there's people outside of that world that doesn't care about that. But
Am I where did I go from? Oh, go how did I get to Bob Trivia? Yes, you need to see that, Chris. You would
yeah, yeah.
actually I don't care if you watch White Lotus or Severance, even though you should, but that
I started
that
Severance.
movie's
I
so good.
believe I started Severance before you, but I checked out way before you did because I just once it gets dark, I just go, I don't know. I have enough darkness in my head. I don't need more.
So
I'm just one of
interesting.
those.
You are sorry, I should not shake the table like that. Um, I whenever I've
No,
so
I
many
got clean
friends.
underwear on that table folded.
Would you guys like to see Melissa Peterman's clean underwear?
Don't you?
Oh, oh. Um,
As if we haven't
yeah,
seen it before.
yeah, right. Sheesh.
The
Um,
dark
it,
web.
it's interesting that that people, yeah, that you exist, and that you are in the vast majority where you're like, I don't want to watch television that makes me sad, or I don't want complicated television or scary television. Like I have a friend that's like, oh, that looks too scary for me. I go, what are you, 8? What do you mean it's too
And
scary
Peter
for you? She's
likes
like, but
everything scary.
that's
Yeah.
it.
I don't
Yeah,
want any of that stuff. Well, again, you have to they're trying to find new ways to shock you to make you feel something.
that's it.
And for me,
Feel it out.
I'm wallowing in that level of craziness in my head all day long. So what I want is something different than that. And also, and it's not this is I guess maybe age, but I've always been this way. I love documentaries, so I'll watch those forever and ever. Melissa even yawned while I mentioned the word documentary. She just
I love
went right into
Nerd
documentaries.
alert!
it.
I love
And
documentaries.
Oh, what
so,
kind of documentaries are you watching right now?
All of them.
so yeah, all of them. And
Did you
anyway,
watch? Did you watch? Do you like food? Do you like food? Do you like Chef's Table? The new
no,
Chef's Table came
there's
out.
no food show I'm ever gonna watch.
He's
Uh,
very particular.
yeah,
Like I know what food looks like. I've seen it.
not
I've
shot
And he
eaten
like
it.
doesn't want to
this.
see, he can't stand people eating or the sound of people
Oh yeah,
Oh,
eating
that's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
all that.
or, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. This is the problem. I want to go back to one quick thing though, which
I want to go
is
back to this trip to Vietnam. So would
yeah,
you
yeah.
recommend it?
That's where I want to get to
Because
was
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go back to
I
me.
guess I'm doing your job, Chris.
yeah.
As the man, you do have a lot of work to do. Um, but we're bringing the names and you're just the man. But I'm trying to get back to the trip, which is,
She
would
doesn't
you
mean it.
recommend it?
I would
Because I
highly
would be,
recommend it.
I'm very intimidated when I think about going to any sort of, I guess, Asian countries because I feel that I would want a guide. The language is a far bigger barrier than I think a lot of other countries. So I do get intimidated, even though everyone that has been there said that the people are so lovely, the food is amazing, it's gorgeous. I want to go, but
Yes,
what
highly
would be your
recommend it.
tips?
Highly recommend it. Traveling through, we're such a um global community at this point. It's rare that the one place I found that was really challenging to navigate because there isn't as much um English is South Korea. I was there in
Oh,
November, and coming from Tokyo, where you have symbols and then you have the Latin alphabet right underneath it, and you have English. Not English, but you can look it up, and Google is there. There is no Google Maps in Korea, but there was plenty of Google Maps or Apple Maps or any of those like traditional Western platforms in Vietnam and Cambodia and Singapore. Singapore, I mean, it's like Vegas. It's incredible. It's such a melting pot.
isn't that
Uh,
where was Crazy Rich Asians part of it in
yes,
Singapore?
the final scene is that
Yeah,
it's the Marina Bay Sands Hotel, which looks like a giant surfboard on 3 pedestals.
I
And
want
so
to
I
go
went
there.
into that, and it's got the infinity pool on the top. It is wild. It's massive. Singapore was beautiful. Granted, we were only there for about like 5 hours, but we had a chance to go to Raffles, which is the famous old hotel where they invented the Singapore sling. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think that's where it was invented. And um, yeah, Singapore was great, but it was like a little bonus trip at the very end during our layover. But truly, I think that for female travelers, for solo travelers, they are such tourist destinations at this point that they really curate it for you. Everything is very affordable, and they want you to have an amazing and safe time. I felt so safe there. They go out of their way to make you feel comfortable. There was never
Hmm.
a time. And I asked them, like, Hanoi, is there much crime here? Because I asked them about organized crime, and they said no. Both Hanoi and Siem Reap, where I was in Cambodia, rely so heavily on tourism that, like, we make sure that everything is safe for any of our visitors.
Yeah.
It was great. I loved it.
Best thing you ate.
Oh, well, that's one of the highlights, is that there are like Bib Gourmand and Michelin rated restaurants throughout. And uniquely in Vietnam, what they do, I think, is really cool, is they pick one dish that's exceptional. Like, they'll do catfish a certain way, and that's the only thing you can get on that menu. And everyone goes to that restaurant specifically for that dish. And and whomever the Michelin rating system will go specifically and rate them for that dish. And so we went there. In Cambodia, we went to a tasting menu, which would be hundreds of dollars in the States, and it was $40 for an 8-course tasting menu. So it's very affordable, and it's delicious. But I think
What was
you
the
asked me what the best
weirdest
thing
thing?
was.
What's the weirdest thing that you ate that I wouldn't eat?
Scorpion. You wouldn't eat
Yeah.
scorpion. We had scorpion. Yeah, they had that at the night market, so I tried scorpion. And but the best thing I think was this catfish dish was so good. And they had all these different curries. And then I took you know what I did for the first time is I took like a cooking class where we learned how to do spring rolls. But then, I'd never done before is Tai Chi. And I took a Tai Chi class while I was there, which was way harder. It's like yoga. You think that they're just
But
easy
slow
movements,
motion like
but because
poses
you're
that
so
are like
slow,
really
it's like
hard.
Pilates where you're holding a pose for way too long. And it was super challenging. It was gorgeous. I loved it.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
I'm sorry,
Hotels.
Chris. I didn't mean to step on your toes and
No.
lash
It's
out.
supposed to be. I'm supposed to only interject when you guys. The ideas that you guys are talking. I'm just facilitating the conversation.
When we get boring, you just jump
Yeah.
in. Get us back
No,
on
I'll
track.
just edit those parts out anyway.
Good.
I'll edit out the.
The hotels that I stayed at. So the group that we go with, I've known them since college, right? It's just a lady and a gentleman, and they're wonderful and so kind. Can you imagine if, like, your bossiest, most impatient friend forgot his phone and then just started saying, like, "Hey, look this up. Hey, you, what time is it? Look this up and pay for this." Like, that was me. And they were so kind the entire time. God, I love them so much. Anyway, but we all kind of treat this like not a luxury vacation. We treat this sort of like when we were in college. So we find very affordable Airbnbs. Granted, in Cambodia, it was like $100 less a night for us all to stay. And there was a giant pool, 3 gorgeous bedrooms with ensuite bathrooms, a kitchen. Like, your money goes a very long way there, and the accommodations were fabulous. The one tricky thing, and I feel like such a bougie American saying this, but we get spoiled here, is that the what's it called? The plumbing system, the sewer systems in Southeast Asia, parts of Southeast Asia, specifically in Cambodia and Thailand, they can't really support toilet paper. So you have to put your toilet paper in a little trash can next to. Yeah.
That's not
And
that bad. I thought I imagined worse, but keep going.
what, you thought that you had to put it in your purse?
No, you just used your hand and you try to rinse it off.
No. But I mean, that's an option. And
Because
I learned what
making
a bum
spring
gun.
rolls, post bringing, making
Exactly.
the spring rolls.
So they have a bum gun, and it's like like a water hose with a
A
gun.
water pig for your butt.
Well, I thought that it was to just kind of hose down the sides of the bowl, right? but no, it's supposed to be for your butthole.
But
Yeah, your butthole. You know.
Uh,
international travel.
So you got to squirt down
You're
your
like, is
butthole.
this a water pick? Huh.
but it also
What
works for
what
your
if they
teeth,
were
though,
like,
right?
sir,
Yeah, it works
that's a
for your
dental thing? You're just spraying this thing up your ass, and they're like, sir, that's my
sir,
wife's sonic hair.
Yeah.
Can you please put it
Well,
down
needless
and
to
come back
say,
to the spring roll? Make
the first time I used it, I had to take my
the first time I
underwear
used it, I
and
was like,
shorts
hello,
off because I'm like,
gorgeous.
how am I going? I didn't know how to do it without soaking myself completely. I didn't want to leave soaking wet, so I took all of my clothes off essentially, and um, I
That's
didn't
like
go.
when Riley was little, and
You don't
Riley,
know if
whenever
you're.
it was
Imagine, did you
potty
go front to
training, and he
back
would
or
get
back to
naked.
front? Yeah, that was me. I kept my top on, but barely. I brought it up to above my boobs.
I know a lot of people who completely undress to go to the bathroom, and I find it so strange.
A lot of people.
I know a few people that
This is a great time to get some names. It's a great time just to name some people.
that they completely disrobe when they go to the bathroom.
Yeah, well,
Like, and I'm the one who's like, if there's if there's a little hole in those pants, easy.
That's what I say. Well,
I mean, but
Ember spoiled, and it's foolish to think that not like that every culture is going to be doing the same thing, and so therefore I wanted to feel like a local, and I just completely got naked in every bathroom stall I visited
and use their
and
toothbrushes
pull
to
back.
clean your butt.
the- and I'm not disparaging our neighbors to the south, but that is actually a pretty normal practice in Mexico too, of putting
And it's very
toilet paper
clean.
into a
It's
bag.
very. I think that's very. It's very like. I mean, we should probably have more bum guns in the U.S.
Well, that's yes, for sure.
Merry
Unrelated.
Christmas.
And and when I run for mayor,
With the attachments. This one's for your mouth. This one's for your butt.
yeah.
This one gets some of your ear, whatever orifice.
So
Oh.
anyway, that was my trip to Vietnam, Cambodia, and Singapore. God, it was so beautiful. I did that. Have you ever seen TikToks of that street where you're just enjoying like a nice little beer or an egg coffee, which are incredible. There's like these egg creams that are on top of your coffee. Oh, so good. And then all of a sudden a train just tears right through the
Yeah.
street. I did that. I was
Oh,
on
yeah.
that street.
What's it called?
Train Street.
I'll never understand foreign language.
How do they say it in Vietnamese?
Train Street.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. That keeps it universal.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So
Um,
that was my trip.
I think I have more questions, but
What did you bring back? Did you
Oh,
bring
okay.
us back anything?
Oh my gosh, I did not bring. I brought back. I brought.
No weird facial stuff for my skin?
There's nothing cool and weird in facial there. I mean,
Oh.
in Korea, it's everywhere. Yes, that would be great. But I didn't. I did bring back a Z pack because I could buy it at the pharmacies there. B, I brought back like a really cool dish that I tried to just put in our kitchen, and Jacob noticed immediately and was like, "We're gonna have to talk about that."
No.
No. And
I
it's
don't need your bum gun dish.
I think it's a really cool dish. Anyway, you be the judge when you come over next. And then Cambodia is very famous for their silk. And so I bought my mother a Mother's Day present, since I didn't call her because I didn't have a phone. But these like beautiful Cambodian silks where they press these flowers on it, and it was gorgeous. It was really pretty. Yeah, I should have. I got you one, and I don't know. It was probably stolen.
Customs got it.
Got it. Ugh.
Because they were like, "Sir, is this for a tree or a lady?" No, ladies this tall.
That's exactly what they said.
Well,
Oh,
Ah,
but uh, I'm really bad about souvenirs and gifts when I go on vacation. And I would, because it's very rare that you like go to these places and you find something authentically from the place. It
mm,
feels a lot of the time where it's just like stall after stall in these bazaars of just garbage. Like,
right.
and I'm like, I'm not going to just get garbage to show you that I've been to Cambodia. I need to find something super special.
Like I have one beautiful, like I have a blanket that I got in Puerto Vallarta that I it was probably I got on the beach, but it was like it's the one upstairs, Peter, that like hot
Yeah.
pink and navy blue one, the peacocks.
Oh, it's
And I
so
remember
pretty.
see and I love it. And I remember seeing like the guy was walking by and I think it was of course they always say it's handmade and I kept looking at it. I'm like, no, I really want that one. I just think it's so beautiful. I've had it for like 7 years and it's still one of my favorite things. Like I like it when you see something that you really like or a
Yeah.
Z pack. Like let's we go to Mexico and get some
Really,
prescription.
really need. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love
yeah,
to go get my prescriptions there.
yeah.
Yeah.
What about your
Speaking of pres-
flight?
Oh,
Do you do college level flight, or do you get nice seats?
college. That's the weirdest thing. There are things that I'll pay money for. I'm like, oh, a craft cocktail, $24.
Okay.
Obviously, yes, here's my card. I mean, I also think that's crazy. I think it's crazy how expensive things are, especially when alcohol there is $4 for a drink. Um, where was I? Yes, I will
You
spend
didn't
money
pay for a
the
good
simplest
seat
way.
on a long flight.
No, I won't. I won't. And you know, even I there's something about these 17-hour flights, or rather, it was 15 hours, 15-hour flights that I'm not good at a lot of things, but I'm a very good sleeper. And I can sleep almost anywhere. If especially if the thing is rocking or moving, I'm out.
Yeah.
And I should say that I also will take a Lunesta and a Benadryl and 3 Advil. So I don't know if it's just the rocking or the
Or the
medicine.
medication.
I'm out.
I'm
And
such a good sleeper. I mean, I could be anywhere, like a beanbag chair or just like at a friend's house. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, I have a Xanax and an Ambien and like a tiny, like a couple bottles of
And two
Merlot,
bottles
and
of wine.
I can just I can sleep anywhere. I
Yeah.
don't get it.
Just lucky, I guess. I don't know.
It's a blessing.
I
It's a
don't know.
Yeah.
blessing and a curse.
Yeah. And so I was able to sleep for like, first of all, let me tell you, I love a flight meal. I love it. Sometimes I will go back there and these poor women are just, gossiping and talking about us. And I'll go back there and I'll give them something else to gossip about because I'll ask for a second meal of like beef.
I believe it.
I've had the chicken and now I'll have the beef, please. And if they're like, we're all out, then I'm like, then I will have your vegetarian option. I love the idea because there's something about the meal that represents I am on an adventure. I am on a journey. And it is the most delicious frozen piece of bread that I've ever had. I love it. So what I do is I get onto the flight and um I get like a triple vodka soda and I take my drugs and then they serve the meal and I kind of like slur through the first meal and then I put on some television. I watched a lot of shitty movies. But immediately I'm out. And then luckily for in this case, I was out for like 9 hours. And so you wake up and you've got, 3 hours to go and you're there. I have a much harder time flying to New York than I would be flying to Tokyo.
Mm.
The end.
Well, I think I will agree with some of that stuff. I've never asked for a second meal, but I will say that I sleep without any of those drugs or anything normally. If I usually when we're taxiing, I fall asleep, or even
Nice.
the short domestic flights. But
I
I'm
could sleep
not
there.
that tall, but I have a hard time with seats that are cramped and not being able to get my legs underneath the seat in front of me. So then when people recline, then I'm just jammed in there.
The newer flights, do you find that there's some kind of weird ergonomic design where as they recline, their seat Am I boring you?
I
Golly.
took a Xanax.
Clearly. That's where my Lunesta went. Anyway, I feel like it's rare that I'm like uncomfortable in a seat. It's very rare. Oh, want to hear a fun trick? I'm probably the first person to ever discover this. So, what kind of seat do you request
when I fly, I'm always
when
an
you
exit
fly?
row.
Window.
Are you done?
Window.
Window? So, here is my case for not the window, which I also love on many flights, is that I'm going to have to wake up 2 people to get out when I have to pee, right? So what I like is middle of the plane on either of the aisle sides. Because in that case, in most cases people are flying in couples, right? So they're going to bother their significant other before they bother me, and I'll never have to bother anyone else because I'm on the aisle. And I never get bothered that way.
Yeah.
I
You
just think
see,
that I'm a camel. I don't have to pee, and if I do fall asleep with nature and or some prescription drugs, I don't want anyone to just climb over me, so I can get myself all nestled in there and not move for the whole
oh,
flight.
you are a camel. Now, we've already talked about this on this podcast. I am not. That's why I travel with
You pee
piss
all
bags
the time.
all the time. Now, let me tell you something that was a wild experience for me. I didn't get to this part when I was describing it. It was 104 degrees with 100% humidity while we
No,
were.
sir.
It was the
No.
wildest heat I'd ever experienced. It was being in a constant swimming pool. Like, it was so
Oh, I
hot.
would not like that.
So we were just guzzling water and it was just dripping out of us.
Not you.
There was a day where I didn't have to pee because I would just drink it and it would spill out of
I
my
don't.
pores.
I will. So, are there photos of you sweating? Because I don't think we've ever seen those.
I will.
Elvis,
You're
come here.
not going to even recognize
Come
me
here.
in these pictures. It's disgusting. I look like a glowing orb. I'm covered in sweat. I'm sweating in weird patterns. Like one boob would sweat, and then back was completely drenched. Thank God I was wearing like booty shorts the entire time.
Thank
So
God.
thank God. Yeah. So my legs were not, covered with disgusting. And then it's gross. I was in Singapore and I just like went back and, for whoever was seated next to me, I was just dripping in my own sweat, just marinating, just like a turkey.
What
Just
you are describing is nearly every day of my life, and almost for
you
sure when I
live
lived in
in
Southern California.
Colorado.
In
That
Southern California, that was always the way. In
really.
college, I had a Toyota truck without air conditioning, the plastic seats, and for 2 years my window wouldn't roll down. So I just would be in traffic. I always had to bring a second shirt because I would arrive and I would just be so drenched I would have to change out of my
How's
shirt.
like life in New York when you just are going
Yeah,
everywhere
sweat.
with the sweat and then with a backpack on because you have to pack up for the day when you go out and you're just constantly sweating. But real quick, before we move on from what you were just talking about, I really want to talk about that new toy that you got yourself.
Oh,
So,
the
Speaking of
butt,
trips,
the
sorry,
butt
is
spray,
Elvis being
the
too
hose.
loud? Is Elvis being too loud chewing his bone?
no,
Okay.
your new camper van.
Oh yeah, we can get. But let's get to
sorry,
that.
I
But
don't wanna-
let me
let's
just
stick on
circle
topic,
back for
different
one
topic.
thing,
Excited
which
about
is to say, Melissa knows this, but in November, the week before Thanksgiving, I went to Hawaii and I forgot my phone at home, and I was solo.
Yeah.
And so
You're
I
taking
didn't
pictures
have
with your
someone
iPad like my grandpa.
yeah, and came back and I mean, first of all, I was there 5 days. I wasn't there that long, but also it was a huge relief in a lot of ways because I just didn't have. There was just nothing to do with. But also, you just see when you're just walking around how many people, how just
Are on their
better it is
phone.
just to walk around and enjoy the day.
It was amazing. It was
Yeah,
amazing.
I like those times when I don't have my phone and
I want to figure out a way to get rid of it. Not get rid of it, but like I'm constant. Aren't
Yeah.
you? Are we the same when you're just like constantly checking as if someone is going important? You're going to get an important email at any moment. Ugh, I hate
Yeah.
it.
So it was a great,
Sorry, I
and then I
cut you.
came back and I posted photos on Instagram that I took off of Google, and no one noticed. No one even
That's it.
noticed that what I posted was not even a photo from my camera or anything. It came from the internet, and I mean, it was all the places I went. There was a couple weird parts where trying to get Uber. Obviously, you can't do that, and just walking around trying to figure out where restaurants might be. And I was in
That's the hardest thing.
Waikiki, so it wasn't like I could just walk anywhere. So it
Do
wasn't
you know
like
what
this.
was the hardest part about not having a phone? Luckily, I had friends the entire time when I was in Asia, but going to LAX Lost and Found this morning to see if they had it there, getting somewhere without GPS, we've lost the skill.
But here's what I'm saying, which is why I know that I sound like my parents when they say in my day, but I do kind of feel bad for young actors sometimes that just moved to LA because I mean I had a cell phone I think at that point, but it wasn't great and but I didn't have GPS, so I would have auditions all over Burbank, Santa Monica,
Yeah,
like La Brea, and I learned how the city was how it worked, like where, oh, Burbank is over here. This is by Glendale. This is by Pasadena's this way. Like I figured out the city and the freeways. I also sat in rooms with other actors, like, and I got to meet, like, I know that Zoom can make some things I'm not that actor that doesn't wanna be in a room. I have valued that so much. I valued driving to places. I mean, it's a headache and some things are great that are gone, but
yeah,
for me, moving from Minnesota to LA, I figured out how to drive in LA. I figured out how to get places in LA. I got
yeah.
to sit in rooms with people that I ended up sitting in the same rooms with a lot of the same, women and funny women, and I got to know them, and I don't know. I just think that there's something that's probably they have benefits that I didn't have, but I think part of it is I think there is a tiny bit of a disadvantage of just not like driving around LA and like figuring some shit out and like going into a room and shaking
I think
someone's
the
hand and
rooms,
looking
there's
them in the
definitely
eye
a,
and
yeah, I think there's a
I just sort
disadvantage
of
there. I think that as far as, having GPS on our phones, it's a great,
it's
uh,
great, but it's a crutch. Like I
positive.
think about different trips I've
But
had, like in Italy or whatever, and it's been fun to have. But I also liked like not having a phone. I like it when it's taken out of your control in a way where
yeah,
you just figure it out.
it's but it's crazy to think like it was not, I mean, we're not that old. And yet there was a
Well,
time in
I
our
am.
careers, we're not that old. We're not that old. There was a time in our careers like when I was modeling in Europe and I would go to the agency to get my lineup of auditions or go-sees of the day. They would print it out on like perforated paper, that had the
Paper with the address.
circles down the side that you would like tear off the circles, and then on MapQuest, and you would just have like a long accordion of papers to find where these locations were and follow the directions and turn left here. That was just yesterday.
Thomas Guide in LA. That's what you were. That's everything.
Yeah. Guys, I'm sorry. I have to pee.
Go
Can I have just
pee.
1 second? Just
Yeah.
1 second. Just 1 second.
Have a 2 week hiatus in July. And I tape on July 1st, which is my birthday, which I never ever am taping on my birthday. It's usually in the summer, and I always was giving everybody so much shit going, everyone gets a birthday cake. I was that kid in summer in class. I never got a birthday cake. But I actually have a tape night on my birthday this year. And then
Mm.
I have a 2 week hiatus starting the day after. And I'm like, I'm gonna go on a trip. And I need to decide where.
Really
What are
wants
you
to go.
eating? What did you find?
Yeah. What are you eating that's making noise on in the sound?
What is it?
It's popcorn, but I think it might be a little stale.
Oh, go find some other stuff. I do have some food I can
But
feed
how
you
about
in
we
a
wait
minute.
till after we're done having microphones close to our
Oh
mouths?
gosh, you're right. I'm sorry. I forgot. He's got like a thing about eating.
Well, it's more that people are listening, have to go, oh,
He's
we're
got
going to
this.
hear.
He's got this thing about other people eating in front of him, and he hates it.
I just think you all need to think about where I'm going on July 2nd because I tape on July 1st and then I'll get a cake. And then July 2nd, I have 2 weeks off starting a hiatus. And I'm like, I want to take myself on a birthday trip.
Let's go. Where would you
Where
want
should
to
we
go?
go?
Do you want
Well,
to
I was
go to
worried
like?
about
Do you want to go to like Seattle?
I could go to Seattle. I was saying I my one thing I do want to do is I either want to pool or I want somewhere where I can just lay outside in water for a while.
Well,
But
what about somewhere in
Hawaii,
Mexico?
I know, I think Mexico's still okay, right? Like they don't hate us yet.
Here's another thing I would want to share because this is something that my friend just asked me about. And no, no, well, at least in Cambodia and Vietnam and Singapore, they don't hate us. Um, I think that it's funny. They were like, we're a tourist community right now. We are
Uh-huh.
a tourist economy. And so we can talk trash about our own politics and government all day long, but we don't touch
Right.
Americans.
Yeah.
Y'all can figure it all out. Well, we've been through so many wars, we've been through so much heartache, and we came out, and I'm sure that you'll do the same.
I think our president is not the worst thing we did to Vietnam, so I think that that's probably
Oh,
fair to
True.
say.
oh my
True
gosh.
that.
That was a really challenging to see, and it still plays a big part in like everyday life. There are monuments throughout. There is still the broken remnants of giant aircrafts that are crashed into
Yeah.
ponds in the middle of the city that are like still there as reminders. It's pretty devastating. And the whole city was so it was demolished, and so everything looks like a treehouse. Everything is built at like wild angles, and I kept saying sorry a lot. There was a lot of I'm sorry,
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. You know what I did when I was in Cambodia? I had a nearly 4-hour spa treatment. Nearly
Did they
4.
brush you with a brush and get
They
all your
brushed me.
your
They
nooks and
How?
crannies?
they
Yeah.
brushed me
What was
all.
that hose like?
Oh wow. Well, there was a lot of like.
I love
There
that
was,
stuff.
there was more like kind of like full body massaging, lots of like pretty close to the erogenous zones that I was a little bit aware of.
When they get
Um,
their foot in it and you're like,
when they
hello.
really get there, yeah, and it makes me a little like, oh, what's what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Do you
What's
like
the end
What's
me?
goal?
happening here?
What's
Are you
the
Let
end
sending me a
me,
goal?
note? Like, are we going to
yeah.
dinner?
Are
Is this
these
going to be?
signals? Do I have to manage this? And that's
Yeah.
fine. I just need to know where that
I need
date
to
is
know about
going.
dinner tonight.
I need to know
Like,
if this date is going to,
Yeah.
you know.
So you did not have an intimacy coordinator?
No, we did not. But all in all, it was very professional. It's just that I think that as an
Oh, I bet.
American, I might be a little bit more, um, you know, I don't know. I think that we all have different levels of, what am I trying to say? There,
I think that we get weird about people like getting too close to things, which is why
yes,
I like my little Thai
exactly.
massage because she's not at all shy about like, we need to get in your butt and your hips
Yeah.
and and I'm
I
like,
have to put
go
my
for it,
finger
do it.
full hand into your cervix to release this hip flexor, and it's all very natural and very
Yeah.
above the board.
I'll tell you straight up that I've never had a massage before.
Come on.
And
What?
Never?
no. That seems like
Tell me
I
about
could
that. Why?
too like I think I
Too
would be
erotic.
so
Too erotic.
tense. I would be so tense of someone doing that I would not be relaxed.
Yeah, I get that because there is just such a very fine line.
So yeah, it's of many things of being very uptight culture that I came from. I can't
Yeah.
even like I'm like
I would love for next time you're in LA, you have to see a friend of mine. Anna is a masseuse, and she is so incredible. And not like the soft, relaxing massages. She like beats you up like a physical therapist and changes your body. She has such a wild understanding of the musculature of the body. I'm obsessed with her. I love her. I love her. That was
That's like
not
the
this
Thai place I go to.
experience. I guess because both like massages, facials, all of the pampering you can
we're
do. We're hungry. It's dinner.
yeah.
God. Anyway,
Have you
Well, let's drive Chris crazy for 2 minutes.
I'm starving.
I think that now I want everyone to weigh in on where I need to. I mean, maybe I'm going to Chico for my birthday.
So here's my other pitch: Northern California. Maybe we go see your mom, but also maybe we go float the Russian River. Maybe we
Okay.
go to Guerneville. Maybe we go to Napa, Hillsburg, wine
Are you
tasting.
gonna say? Are you gonna say everything like
Yeah, we
that?
get that.
Yes,
I don't. I
Gurnberg.
would hate going to Sacramento.
Sacramento,
It's really.
Mendocino Farms. Mm.
Uh-huh.
I'm in. I'm all in.
In Oakland.
I'll stop chewing in a minute.
Oh, Berkeley. We can go to. I really want to go to Alice Waters' restaurant. I think it'd be really fun to go up there. We haven't done a San Francisco trip. I know you're talking about something tropical with a pool.
But think about the playlist on the drive up. Even if you don't fly,
I
think
just
of the
want.
playlist on the
I
drive
want
up.
2 days where all I do is swim, and then I wear the same T-shirt and cutoffs the whole day after I swim, and then I play cards and games and um drink.
Does your mom have a butler? She's looking for a place that can make us guacamole and margaritas.
She loves that stuff, especially margaritas. The last time I had friends over, she brought us margaritas, and like, wow, these are really strong. And she put tequila in a ready mix, like already, and just hammered
I
everybody.
love Marjorie. Marjorie will take good care of me on my
Oh,
birthday.
she would love it so much. She would love it. And there's actually good places to eat in Chico and all that stuff too. But and also, and you could see you'd right around the Mennonite, so you would see them all. You could go
I
chat with
love
them.
it. Do they have good shopping?
Yes.
This this is small town Northern California. It's not
I love
it's
it.
not Mendocino or Sonoma.
Hillsburg, Sonoma.
Mendocino Farms. I'm in.
All right.
I love it.
Well,
No.
I enjoyed it.
Well, we enjoyed it. Are we
know,
going to
my
watch a
friend-
horror movie?
Yes, let's watch a horror movie. So my friend, I love it. Who I've known for 100 years. My lover on Days of Our Lives, his husband's mother, always says when she wants to wrap things up, she always goes, "Well, I enjoyed it."
My mom always goes, well, that's all I've got.
Oh, I like that too. Well, I enjoyed it. Well, that's all I've got.